Hi everyone! Today I would like to feature the new Pat McGrath Holiday Quad, and I'm just doing a simple look using 3 of the 4 shades. My skin was really dry today, so I'm just starting off with a hydrating face primer to kind of help prep my skin. I then am going to fill in my pores using this Benefit Porefessional. I'm going to be using this foundation. I have not featured it yet. It's really watery as the name implies, and it's very hydrating with medium coverage. So it's a really great winter foundation for me. I then use a sponge that I purchased from Shop Miss A to blend it out. I'm going to be using this Heart Stamp Cushion Blush from KAJA Beauty. Mine has dried out a little bit since I did get it last year in a holiday set, but it is still really nice. The only thing is that you have to blend it out with a sponge or with a puff. I really like having a pretty intense blush, so I'm gonna add another layer. Personally, if you want to get a cushion blush, I would recommend getting one from 3CE. I'm going to be using one of my favorite cream bronzers to add some more dimension back into the outer perimeter of my face. Next, I'm going to be using this powder from Kogen Do. I have featured it several times now. I really like it, especially for when my skin is really dry. Next, I'm going to work on my brows, kind of the same deal as usual. As a side note, I did completely forget to put on concealer for this video, so if my dark circles are out to play today, then it's just because I completely forgot to cover them up. The brows look pretty rough right now, but I will be using the pen end and also this brow cream from M Cosmetics to kind of blend everything out and make everything look a lot neater. And now the brows are complete. I'm going to prime my eyes with this MAC Paint Pot. I'm trying to see if I really like it or not. The only thing I can really feel it doing right now is just drying out my eyelids. I don't really understand how people like it so much. Next, onto this eye quad. I only purchased this color of the Luxe eyeshadow quads. I do like the other two, but I just am not really in a position to be buying literally every single Pat McGrath release ever. So I just got the one that I like the most. This shade that I'm using here is actually in her Decadence palette already, so it is a repeat shade, so I actually had no idea that there was a repeat shade in here, so I was kind of sad, but the other 3 colors do kind of make up for it, so a lesson learned for me, I guess. Maybe if she has a summer sale and they still aren't out of stock yet, I'll pick up the other ones. I also am going to use this same shade on the inner corner of my eyes. I don't really do this a lot, but I thought it would make for a more intense look today. I also will define the lower lash line on the same spot. As you can see, I've really managed to kind of sculpt out my eyelid and block out the look. I'm now going to use the blue metallic that's in this palette. With a brush, it applies okay. As you can see, it looks fine, but it doesn't look as good as when you apply with a finger. So I always use a brush just to establish the area and be precise, and then I use a finger to really pack it on, and now you can see the true intensity of the shade. I know you can use this wet, but I personally hate using eyeshadows wet. I'm now going to use the lighter champagne metallic that's in this palette to use on my lower lash line, just for some contrast. Finally, I'm going to use some liquid liner. I kind of questioned my decision to do this. I thought it would help, but maybe I could have just left it. I don't really like the Uzu eyeliners as much as the Flow Flushy ones, but this brown black one is actually not half bad. I'm now going to curl my eyelashes. This look definitely could have benefited from false eyelashes, but I just was really not feeling like putting on false lashes today, and I just wanted to use mascara. My lash lift has more or less faded at this point. However, I really now am realizing what a messy job my technician did on my left eye, because my eyelashes point in literally 500 different directions. And so even with mascara, my left eyelashes look incredibly messy and tangled. So once I get it redone, I'm definitely going to look for a different salon. Yeah, you can see my left eye in particular just wasn't working out. My skin was really dry today, so I'm just going to set my face with some of my MAC setting spray. And then I'm going to use some highlighter on the high points of my face. I'm using this rosy tone shade in this palette. It kind of matches the rest of my eyes. And then I put a little bit on the very top of my nose and then a little bit on the tip. I wasn't really thinking that my bronzer was intense enough now that the rest of my eye look has been put together, so I'm going to just use a powder bronzer to go over the perimeter of my face again. And then I'm going to use one of Hourglass's powders to just kind of brighten up the center of my face. And because I forgot to put on concealer, it'll help save my under eyes a bit. As usual, I am using a lip liner that is a similar shade to my lips to fix and overline my lips. And then I'm going to be using this Infinite Lip Cloud from M Cosmetics in the shade Vintage Rosewood. This is a really unique and pretty shade, and it matches this look really, really well. As you can see, I always like to kind of blur and do a gradation look. When you complement it with overlined lips, it looks really good. In my opinion, anyways. So this is the finished look. I had a lot of fun playing with these eyeshadows as always. Pat McGrath makeup is always really inspiring to me. I hope you enjoyed this, minus my crusty eyelashes. I have lots more videos coming, more fall looks coming, so brace yourselves. And I'll see you in the next video.